Hello, everyone. Are you ready? Okay, by the way, before we start, actually, I want to share that we have an extra online mock test on 25th February this month. So actually, everyone, at that time, you are supposed to fill in the blanks online. And actually, it is a more formal mock test. So if you're interested, please do remember to sign up for it. And it is free for all the current students in Think Academy. Okay, so here, everyone, firstly, let me check if you can hear me clearly. Yes or no, please share in the chat box. Can you hear me clearly? Yes? Yes? Okay. So today, the topic is very important. It is about perimeter and the area, which is topic 10 in your all-in-one guide. So here, everyone, please take out your book and also get ready a piece of blank paper because I will share some actual practice with you. Okay? So actually on your book, you can see that for topic 10, such topic is very, very important in school as well as competitions and the GEP. So actually when it comes to SASMO competition, such topic is tested for every year. And also it is more commonly tested in the selection round of the GEP exam. So actually, no matter if you still want to prepare for competitions or GEP, it is still a very important topic at the school. So firstly, let's start from perimeter. Okay, here everyone, let's have a look. We start from the definition, the concept of perimeter. So what is the meaning of this word? So actually it refers to the total length of all sides, okay, pay attention, around and enclosed to the shape. So actually here, pay attention to two parts. First one is about around, that is all the sides outside. And for enclosed, that means, for example, if I just draw something like this, can we say that there is a perimeter of the figure? No, okay, because it is not enclosed. And then basically you're going to understand how to figure out perimeter of square and rectangle. Well, when it comes to a typical rectangle, you can see that for the longer side, we just call it as length. And for the shorter side, we call it as breadth. And you can see that for the opposite sides, actually, they are equal. Then when it comes to the square, actually, it is much easier because all the sides of the same length. So here, you can see that we can get the formula. How to calculate the perimeter of rectangle? That is, we just add length and breadth together first, and then we multiply by 2. Because if you try to divide the rectangle into 2 parts, so actually you see that firstly, add them up together, and then times 2, you can get the other side. And what about the sides of squares? Since all of them are equal, so here, as long as you know the length of one side, then just multiply by 4, you can get the total length of sides. So for the perimeter of square, it is the length times 4. Okay, so this is the basic concept. And then let's move on to some quick quiz. Okay, everyone, get ready your fingers. Let's start. Here, what is the perimeter? A, B, C. Quickly. What is the answer? Answer. What is it? So you see that this is a square. When it comes to square, if I just tell you one side length is 7, then what about the 4? Correct, okay? That is 4 times 7, which is 28. Okay, for the next one, what is perimeter? This is a rectangle. The length is 10. The width is 7. So what is perimeter? Try. Yes, good job. Okay, so here you can see that 10 plus 7, that is just 1 length plus 1 breadth. But then you know that opposite sides are equal. So here we need 2 times 2. Okay, and then for the next one, what is perimeter? Yes, 6. Okay, good job. 6 times 4, so we can get 24. Okay, and then following this, what about the next one? Here, what is the perimeter? What is it? Correct. Again, 3 plus 8. Then can we say, okay, my final answer is A? Cannot. What is it? Times 2. So here the answer should be B, 22. Okay, and what about next one? Now I just put the 2 squares together and they share the side in the middle. So could you please tell me what is the perimeter of this figure, the bigger one? Think about it. Oh, I see different answers. Again, think about it. Just now I told you what is the meaning of perimeter. That is all the sides around the shape. So do we really need to count the middle line? Think about it. Okay, I see many of you choose B. Okay, everyone, let's have a look. What is the meaning of perimeter? Outside. So actually, you need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, these 6 sides will add up to the perimeter of the bigger shape. Okay, so you can see that the answer should be 42. Understand? Okay, it should be A. That is 6 times 7, which is 42. Okay, this is a tricky part. And then following this again, please tell me what is the perimeter. Now I just put 1 rectangle and 1 square together. Again, they share the side in the middle, but the question is what is the perimeter of the bigger shape? Okay, try it again. Yes, have a try. What is it? So again, you just focus on the longer side, which is 8 plus 3, right? And then the opposite one should be also 8 plus 3. And then what about the width? That is 3. And the opposite one is also 3. Then what is the perimeter? Okay, good job. So it should be B. Okay, we don't need to add a line in the middle because for perimeter, that is all the sides around the figure. Okay, so following this, now try to think backwards. If I tell you the perimeter of the square is 36, what is the length of each side of the square? What is it? What is it? Yes, 36, and then what should we do? 36 divided by, good job. 36 divided by 4, so you can get 9. Okay, next one. When it comes to a rectangle, the perimeter of the rectangle is 24, and we know the breadth is 2. So what is the length of the rectangle? If you just add 4 sides, you will get 24. And the breadth, the shorter side is 2 each. Then what about the longer side? What should we do? Okay, so you see that the 24, that is 24 divided by 2 first, right? Okay, divided by 2, you can get the 12. And then the shorter one is 2. Then what about the longer one? Yes, the longer one is 10. Okay, excellent. So far, can you understand how to calculate perimeter of rectangle and the square? Pay attention to the equal parts, okay? So following this, before we move on to the example, let me show you a warm-up question. As you can see, the perimeter of the following shape is, how long is it? Well, according to Bud, you see, we are only given the length of 2 sides on the irregular shape. How can I figure the perimeter of it? So actually, we are going to know a tip in calculating the perimeter. We can just turn this irregular shape into a regular shape. Let's have a look. What should we do? Well, firstly, everyone, you see, for the L shape, actually we just put the green side upward. Okay, push it up. And then for the red side, I push it to the right side. So here, let's move. Then you see that actually this is a regular shape, right? It is a rectangle. So actually for such method, we just call it as the push out method. So when can we apply push out method? That is when you see some shape like the staircase, like the L shape, then you can just push out some sides. So now following this, could you please tell me what is the perimeter of the rectangle here? What is it? What is it? You can see that the length is 9 centimeter, right? And the width is 5 centimeter. So how can we figure out the perimeter? That is 5 plus 9. Okay, bracket, don't forget it. And then multiply by 2. So you can get 28. And this is just the final answer, 28. Understand now? Okay, so again, for the method, push out method. So if you can understand this warm-up question, and then let's move on to example 2 first. So here, everyone, if you have the all-in-one guide, please turn to page 161. 161. Can you see that? Okay, let's start from example 2. Try to find the perimeter of the following figure. The figure is not drawn to scale. So what is the meaning inside the bracket? That means actually everyone, if this is a real question in the competition, do remember that. Don't just use your ruler to measure, okay? The figure is not drawn to scale. That means the 5 centimeter here, actually it is not really for 5 centimeter. Okay, so now you can see that what is the characteristic of this shape. Now you see that it looks like a staircase. So what should we do? Well, just now we learned that we can just push out some sides. Okay, so here, everyone on your book, please try to draw with me. Well, firstly, we focus on this short side. I just highlight in red. So here, let me draw a cross. Okay, follow me. Draw a cross. And then we try to push it up. So you can see that I push it up, then the short side is on the top of the figure now. Any other side we can push it out. Let's move on. Here, for the longer side, again, let's draw out a cross. Okay, and then draw the arrow. Yes, do remember to draw out on your book, okay? So again, push it out. So following this, any other side we can push out. Vertical sides, right? So here, again, let's focus on the green one. Okay, let me change the color. Here, again, draw a cross. And then where should we put it? To the right side, okay? So again, draw the arrow, move it to the right side. Any other sides? Correct, just in the middle, right? So here, let me highlight, draw a cross, and then push it out. Did you label on your book as well? Did you label? Okay, so following this, you can see that this is a regular shape, which is a rectangle. So how can we figure out the perimeter of rectangle? It's super easy. You know the width is 5 centimeter, length is 10 centimeter, add them up and then multiply by 2. So you can see the answer should be 30 centimeter. Okay. I know that this question is very easy for you, but here, everyone, you should know how to label and push out. Okay. Any question here? No? Okay, good. So following this, let's move on to a let's practice question, okay? So here, everyone, maybe I give you 20 seconds. Try to think about it, okay? This question is not on your book. Have a try. Got the answer? Yeah, there are many sides that you can push out, right? Okay, good. So firstly, let's try to push out some sides and try to figure out what is the length of the regular figure we can get. So firstly, you see that for the side which is 3 centimeter, you can push it up. So to remember that, how do we label? Okay, we just draw a cross and then push it up. Okay, so this part will be 3. Any other side, now you see that for the side that is 4 centimeter long, also we can just push it up. So here, let me cross it and then draw the arrow to the top. Okay, but don't just stop here. Well, you see that also for the side at the bottom, you can also push it down. Okay, so here, draw it out, cross it. Then in this way, you can just push out all the shorter sides to the top and the bottom, right? Okay, then please tell me, what is the length? What is the length? Yes, you will get 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 9. But can we just stop here? No. Then move on to the vertical sides. Well, for the vertical sides, okay, let me change the color. So here, for the shorter part, I can just push it to the right side. Okay, draw it here. And also another part, okay, let me highlight, cancel it to the right side. And also the one at the bottom, cancel it to the right side. Okay. So following this, please tell me, what is the width? So actually you see that for all the sides I push to the right side, actually it should be the same as the side on the left, right? Because when it comes to the rectangle, opposite sides should be equal. So following this, what is perimeter? Okay, have a try. The calculation part. 34. So fast. Okay, correct. That is 8 plus 9 bracket times 2 equals to 34. Okay, so this is the final answer. Any question? Yeah, so far it's easy for you, right? Okay, good. So following this, for the next part, let's move on to area. So when it comes to the area, let's start from some quick quiz, okay? As you can see, the grid below is consisted of identical small squares with a side length of 1 centimeter and the area of 1 square centimeter. Complete the table and fill in the blanks. So now everyone, could you please tell me what is the length of rectangle 1? What is the length? What is it? Is it hard? You just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and what is the width? What is the shorter side? What is it? Correct. That is a 3. So could you please tell me what is the area? That means how many small squares can you see in rectangle 1? How many? Excellent. 15. How do you get 15? Do you just count 1 by 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? No. Okay. You are P3 students. What is the faster way? Correct. Multiplication, right? Multiplication. So you can see 5 times 3, that is 15. Okay, then move on to rectangle 2. What is the length? What is the length? Correct. That is 4. Again, what is the width? Yes, that is 2. Okay, so what is the area? How many small squares are there? What should we do? Yes, multiplication. Again, 4 times 2, that is 8. Okay, move on to the third rectangle. So what is the length here? What is the longer side? Yes, it is still 5. Okay, what is the width? What is the shorter side? Correct, it is 4. So what is area? Yes, that is 20. Okay, so now everyone, just according to these 3 examples, then could you please tell me how can we figure out the area of 1 rectangle? Can you get the formula by yourself? Think about it. Just now, what did we do? How can we figure out 15? How can we figure out 8? How can we figure out 20? Did we just count 1 by 1? No. So what did we do? Correct. Multiplication, right? What multiplied by what? Yes, try to get the formula by yourself. Correct. That is length times width equals to area. Okay. Multiplication here, and then you can get equals to area. Then following this, let's move on to the square. Okay, now let's try. In square 1, what is the side length of square 1? 3, right? Okay, so what is the area? Correct. 3 times 3, you can get 9, right? Okay, and then what about the square 2? What is the side length? Yes, that is 2. And then what about the area? That is 2 times 2. Good job. Because all the sides are of the same length. Okay, move on to the third square. What is the side length? What is the side length? Excellent. It is 5, right? So what is area? It should be, yes, it should be 5 times 5. So what is 5 times 5? Correct, 25. So now again, everyone try to get a conclusion by yourself. In order to calculate the area of a square, what should we do? How can we get 9, 4, and 25 here? That is side length multiplied by side length itself. Okay, excellent. So actually, this is the second part. Firstly, you see that what is the meaning of area? It is the total space taken up by a flat surface or shape of an object. So we already learned that how to figure out the perimeter of rectangle and perimeter of square. That is, you add all the sides together. Then what about when it comes to the area? If it is the area of a rectangle, we just multiply the length by the width. And what about the area of square? Since all the sides are of the same length, that is a side length multiplied by side length itself. Okay. So following this, again, quick quiz for you. Ready? What is the area? Try A, B, C, which one? Some of you choose C. Are you sure C? What is it? Ah, correct. It is B. Okay. So do you remember that area? So that is 7 times 7. Okay, next one. What is the area? Yeah, what is it? Okay, good job. 10. And then what should we do? Is it 10 plus 7 times 2? No. Here, everyone pay attention. What is the question asking you? What is the area? What is it? Okay, correct. So that is 10 times 7, which is 70. Okay, so it should be A. Okay, following this, if I just tell you the area of the square is 36, so what is the length of each side of the square? This one is a bit tricky. What is it? No, no, no. Are you sure? What is the length? Think about it. How can we get the area of square? That is a side length times side length, and then you get a 36. So think about it. Which number multiply by itself, and then you can get a 36. What is it? B. Okay, 6 times 6, that is a 36. Okay, 6 times 6, that is a 36. I see so many mistakes. Everyone, read the question carefully, okay? Next one. If the area of the rectangle is 24 and the breadth is 2, so what is the length of the rectangle? What is it? Excellent, okay? So that is 24 divided by 2, then you can get 12, okay? So this is about the area and the perimeter, okay? Do remember that actually there are different concepts. Okay, so following this, let's move on to example 3. Everyone, please turn to page 162. Can you see that? 162. Okay, So how can we figure out the area of this shape? Well, everyone, you see that again, this is an L shape, right? So actually on your book, you can see that there are two methods. The first one, we just call it as splitting method. So here, just imagine that now you have a pair of scissors. Okay, we try to cut this shape into two parts. So now we label it as part 1 and part B. Part A and part B. So for part A, you can see this is a rectangle. How can we figure out the area of rectangle? What is the area of rectangle? Yes, that is the length times the width, right? Okay, we already know that the shorter side is 2. Question, what about the longer side? What about the longer side? What is it? Is it 4? What is it? Correct. Okay, it should be 5. Why? Because here again, you see that for 1 centimeter, you just push it to the left side. So for the rectangle A, okay, sorry, let me erase it. Okay. For rectangle A, the width is 2 centimeter. Then what about the length? The length should be 4 centimeter plus 1 centimeter. So here you can see the area is 10. So following this, for the second one, try it by yourself. What is the area of rectangle B? The right part. What is it? Super easy. 5. Good job. 5 times 1, that is 5. Okay, can we just stop here? I'm done. Do I finish? No. What should I do? Just you split them, and then what should you do now? You just combine them, right? So do remember to add these two parts together. That is 10 plus 5, which is 15. So you can get the answer, 15 square centimeter. Okay. Yes. So following this, let me check what about the second method. Well, for the second method, that is fill and cut method. So firstly, you try to find a way to fill it into a regular shape. So now let's have a look. I just show you with the dotted line, and also everyone, you can refer to the solution on page 163 on your guidebook. Okay. So here I just label this missing part as figure C. So here, could you please tell me how can we get the length of the big rectangle? Look at the green part. If I just fill in the missing part, I can get a big rectangle, which is easier for us to calculate. Then what is the length? Okay, you can see that the shorter part, okay, this is a 2. And then for 5 centimeter, you can just push it downwards, right? So altogether, what is the length? Super easy, a K2 question for you. 2 centimeter plus 5 centimeter, what is it? What is it? 7. Good job. Okay, and then following this again, let me erase this part. Okay, let's move on to the width. So for the width again, I know the top part is 1 centimeter. Then what about the bottom part? Yes, again, what should we do? You just push 4 centimeter side to the right side. Okay, so here we can get 1 plus 4. That is 5. Okay. So following this, we can get the area of the big rectangle. It should be 5 times 7, which is 35. Okay, then can we just say, okay, this is my final answer, 35. But how come we get a different answer from the first method? Why? What did we do? Correct, okay? Do remember to cut the missing part. That is, you are looking for the area of C. So what is it? Well, everyone, you see that for figure C, you know the length, which is 5 centimeter, and you know the width, which is 4 centimeter. So what is the area? Correct. That is 5 times 4, which is 20, right? And following this, what should we do with the missing part? Now, again, we try to subtract it. Okay, for figure C, you need to erase. Okay, so that is 35 minus 20, which is 15 as well. So basically, you can see that there are 2 different methods. Okay, the first one is you just try to split the figure, and for the second one, that is you try to fill in the missing part and then remove the missing part in the end. Okay, any question here? Also, let me check. So which method do you prefer? Method 1 or method 2? Which one do you prefer? You don't like anything? Okay, which method do you prefer? 1? Ah, okay. So actually both method works. Okay, just choose one you like. So here, let's try to combine something to make some to solve some complicated question. Okay, perimeter and area. So now let's have a look again, a warm-up question for you. I think this one is easy. Maybe you can have a try. Justin loves collecting stamps. His favorite stamp is a square stamp. Okay, pay attention to the keyword square with an area of 9 square centimeter. So what is the perimeter of the stamp? Okay, have a try. I give you 20 seconds. Right? Oh, 12 centimeter. So fast. Okay, good job. So here, everyone, you see that according to the area, you must figure out the side length first, right? Since it is a square, that means all the sides are equal. So think about it. Which number multiplied by itself, and then you can get 9. That is, good job. That is 3. And then following this, super easy for perimeter. That is 4 times 3, which is 12. Because every side should be 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, right? Okay, the first one is 12. Good job. Then for the second one, the perimeter of the rectangular stamp is 42 centimeter and the width is 9 centimeter. Pay attention, the shorter side is 9. And then what about the length and what about the area? Again, have a try. What is it? This is a rectangle, so it is very important to figure out the length first. Length, width, then times 2, right? You can get perimeter. Perimeter is 42, so how can we figure out the length? Yes, think backwards. What is it? Did you figure out the length? Yeah, for 42, you can just try to split it first, right? So here, divided by 2, and then you minus 1 width, you can get 1 length. What is it? Okay, good job. Yeah, that is 42 divided by 2 first, and then you subtract 9 to get 12. 12 is the length, okay? The first one, 12. Then what about the area? What should we do to figure out the area of a rectangle? No, the second one is wrong. I see the mistake. Yeah, the first one is 12. What about the second one? It's 38. Why is it 38? No. Think about it. You know the length, you know the width. So how can we figure out the area of a rectangle? Okay, good job. I see. That is 12 times 9, right? Okay, you can just label here 12 and 9. So how can we get the area? You just multiply them together. 12 times 9, that is 108. Okay, so for the second blank, that is 108. Please check your workings. It is not 38. Okay. Now, following this, everyone, back to example 1. It is on page 160 on your book. Can you find it? Okay. Now, this question is a bit more complicated. Actually, it is related to the unitary model as well. Look, according to the question, we know that the area of a rectangle is 108 square centimeter. Given that its length is thrice its breadth. Okay, what is the meaning of a thrice? Do you know that? Yeah, that means 3 times 3, okay? So we are looking for the perimeter of the rectangle. So here, maybe I just show you a rectangle here. Since we know that the length is 3 times of breadth. So we can just take a breadth as 1 unit and the length as 3 unit. Then what information we can get from the question directly? The area is 108. Area. How do we figure out the area when it comes to a rectangle? Yes, that is the length, 3 units, multiplied by the width, 1 unit. 3 units times 1 unit equals to 108. So here, everyone, could you please tell me what is 1 unit times 1 unit? Well, to make it this part easier, you can just regard it as, okay, 3 times apple times 1 times apple equals to 108. And you try to figure out what is the value represented by the apple. That is the same as the unit, okay? 1 unit times 1 unit, that is 108 divided by 3, which is, okay, have a try. What is it? You got the answer? I have a try the division part. 108 divided by 3, that is? I'm waiting for your answer. What is it? What is it? Okay, correct. It should be 36, okay? 1 unit times 1 unit is 36. So what about the 1 unit here? Think about it, which number multiplied by itself, then you can get the result as 36. Correct, that is a 6. So following this, actually we can get the breadth of the rectangle is 6. And what about the length? Length is thrice its breadth. So we just multiply by 3, which is 18. So following this, okay, the last step, what is the perimeter? What is perimeter? Perimeter, that is you just add all the sides together. What is it? 2 length, 2 breadth. So it should be, yes, it should be bracket 18 plus 6, then multiply by 2. The answer should be 48. It's a bit hard, right? Okay, 48. Okay. Again, I want to explain the first part. Okay, you see 3 unit times 1 unit. How to do that? You can just regard it as here, look, 3 unit. That is a 3 times unit, right? Okay, you can just regard it as, okay, 3 times apple, okay? And then times 1 unit. That is times 1 apple, something like this, okay? And then equals to 108. So actually you can see the basic logic, actually it is the same as the shape in equation. So how can we figure out apple times apple? That is 108 divided by 3 first, right? Then you can get 36. So if these two parts, if this one part equals to 36, then what is 1 apple? That is 6. So again, we turn it into the equation. That is, what is the value of 1 unit? That is 6. Okay. Is this one hard for you? A bit, right? Okay. Now let's practice one more. Have a try. Now I just tell you the perimeter of a rectangular cardboard is 54 centimeter. And we know that its length is twice its breadth. Find the area of the cardboard. Again, let me help you underline the keywords. Perimeter is 54. Length is twice. Okay, what is the meaning of twice? That means 2 times. Okay, times 2. And you try to figure out the area. Again, here I just help you to label out and you can have a try by yourself. Okay, I give you 20 seconds first. Think about it. What is the value of 1 unit? Okay, have a try. What is the value of 1 unit? Yeah. The point is, how can we get 54 centimeter in total? How many units will add up to 54? Yeah, 2 unit plus 1 unit, and then multiply by 2 equals to 54. So how many units are there? Also, you can just add one by one, right? 2 unit plus 1 unit plus 2 unit plus 1 unit. So what is it? Okay. Oh, good job. I see some students already get the answer. 6 units equals to 54. That means 1 unit should be 9, right? That is the breadth of rectangle is 9 and the length is 2 units. That is 2 times 9, which is 18. So what about the area? That is 9 times 18, which is 162. Excellent. Okay, 162. Yes. Calculation. I see some of you got 152. No. 8 times 9, that is 72. So your carryover should be 7. Okay, be more careful. 7, huh? 162 here. Okay, good. By the way, also I add this question in the practice this week. Okay, so maybe later you can see that again. Now for the last example, example 4. Everyone please turn to page 164. 164. Okay. Well, you can see that actually this is a primary 4 SASMO question. Okay, let's have a look. The large rectangle below is made up of 5 identical rectangles. What is the meaning here? That means all the rectangles are the same. Given that the perimeter of the small rectangle is 90 centimeter, what is the perimeter of the large rectangle? So here, let's just focus on one small rectangle since we know its perimeter is 90 centimeter. So here, let's have a look. What can we get? Well, the first step is to observe the relationship between the length and the breadth. So here, everyone, try to observe and please tell me how many breadths are equal to 1 length. Okay, you can just type your answer in the chat box. Let me check how many students can answer this correctly. Length, that is the longer side. Breadth is the shorter side. So 1 length equals to how many breadth? Okay, good job. 4, right? Why is it 4? You just count one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can see. Then, for the second one, that is now, we try to replace the length with width. So here you see that within one small rectangle, that is the length plus the breadth plus the length plus the breadth to get 90, right? And then we already know that 1 length equals to 4 breadth. So now we can write down the equation like 4b plus 1b plus 4b plus 1b equals to 90. Okay, again, calculation part, try it by yourself. So what is the value of 1 breadth? And then what is the value of 1 length? Have a try. Which one? Calculation again. Yeah. You just add them up. Okay, good job. 4b plus 1b, 5b, right? Okay, so actually altogether, if there are 10b, you can get 90. Then what about the 1b? It should be 9. Okay, then what about 1 length? Based on this, we multiply by 4, so you can get 36. Excellent, Allison. The first one, okay? Good job, Jackie. The second one? Yeah. So what is the perimeter? Back to the question. What should we do? That is length plus breadth, and then times 2. But can we just say, okay, that is 9 plus 36, and then times 2? Cannot. Okay, again, everyone, you try to figure out the large rectangle. So now again, pay attention to the green part. Okay, let me label. We know the length here, it is 36. And then what about the vertical side? Look, for 1 breadth, it is 9. And then another length, that is 36. Okay, pay attention to the details. So it should be 36 plus 9, then plus 36, then multiply by 2. Okay, have a try. So what is the final answer? What is the final answer? That is 162. Okay, 162. I saw some of you got 108. No. 162. That is 81 times 2. 81 times 2, which is 162. Okay, this one is a bit tricky. Okay, do remember that in the end, you must back to the large rectangle. So what is the length of large rectangle? What is the breadth of large rectangle? Okay, pay attention to the question. So this is the final answer. The perimeter of the rectangle is 162 centimeter. Is it hard? A bit, right? To be honest, a bit. So you can see that this is up to P4 level. So a similar one in P3. Well, you can see that this is an original questions from 2018 SASMO paper. Have a try. What is the perimeter of the figure? We know the figure is made up of 6 identical rectangles with a breadth of 1 centimeter. Okay, this is also the last question of today's session. So step 1, try to observe the relationship between the length and the breadth. Okay, try, please tell me how many breadth will be equal to 1 length? How many? How many? Yes, what should we do? Good job, 5. You just count, right? Okay, 5. And then we already know that, look here, a very important information. 1 breadth is 1 centimeter. So for 1 length, since it is equal to 5 breadth, that is 5 times 1, which is 5 centimeter, right? Okay, so following this, try to figure out what is perimeter of the large rectangle. Try. E? No. Okay, firstly, I can tell you, option E is wrong. Perimeter, which part? You just focus on, look, the top side, and then the left side, and then the bottom side, and then the right side. Okay, for everything in the middle, you just ignore it. Okay, what is perimeter? Again, back to the definition. That is all sides around the figure. What is it? Okay, good job. Yes, good job, Shanling. Good job, Fang. Okay. Yeah. So you can see that what is on the top, that is a 5. Okay, so here, as long as you can see the figure, you just label out. Okay, and then this is 1 and this is a 5. Just write down. So actually, what is the length of the big rectangle? It should be 6. And what is the width? It should be 5. So following this again, just apply the formula. You see that you need to add 1, okay, for the length. 5 plus 1 and then plus 5. Then multiply by 2. You can see the final answer should be 22. Understand now? Okay, let me check. Is it easy? Easy or hard? If you feel it's very easy, please show me a happy face with your emoji. If you feel it very hard, please show me a sad face with your emoji. Easy or hard? I feel it's okay. Okay, good. So following this, let's have a final summary. Actually, you see that when it comes to such topic, basically you need to know that what is the formula to figure out perimeter of rectangle, area of rectangle, and perimeter of square and area of square. Okay. Here, particularly, you need to be clear about what is the meaning of perimeter. That is all the sides around the figure. Okay. And what is the meaning of area? That is about the space. Okay. So in the end, actually, I want to highlight 2 more things. For the first one, that is for students who already registered for the February mock test. Do remember to finish your test paper, okay? Because I'm going to explain the whole paper on this Sunday. So do remember to finish the paper before I explain, okay? And then for the second part, there is an extra online mock test on 25th February. It will be starting at 6 p.m. and actually it is very formal. So if you're interested, do remember to sign up. Don't miss it. And we will share the detailed report as well as the ranking after the test. And also it just charged for $4.9 and it is free for all the current students. Okay. And later I will share the practice as well as the slides in our group. Okay. See you next week. Bye-bye.